Hello again everybody, it's AlbireoKizen here with another video. And as has been customary lately, before I get to the footage, I'm going to give you guys a public service announcement. Um, First, just to inform you all, I am currently standing in one of my own personal builds, a work in progress, just to let you know that I don't only recreate things from the Dot Hack games. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Many years ago, when I was a sophomore or so in high school, I sat down essentially just to provide myself with a distraction by playing Minecraft. And as a result, I ended up making my first build from .hack of the city of Mackinac, and I built it with nothing but a broken heart, a PS2, a single monitor, 4 gigs or so of RAM, and a single core processor. And ever since then, everybody has been asking me to do this and that with it. Well, I have been fortunate enough that since that time, my one monitor has become 3, my 4 gigs of RAM has become 32, and my single core processor has become a quad core processor. And so now that I have the necessary hardware to support it, I have decided to act on one of these requests by re-releasing the City of Mackinac using ultra-quality Optifine and shaders mods in complete HD, hopefully. And just to inform all of you who have stuck with this long-winded speech up until now, don't worry, this isn't just the same old stuff. I don't believe in simply remastering old work because personally I think it's kind of a cop-out. So for this release, I've actually done some work, including filling in portions of the city that were not seen from the ground according to the Mackinac City map, building out the canals and connecting them, and a few other things too. I even gave the old place a facelift by updating some of the blocks to match the new updates for Minecraft because, let's be honest, nobody likes an ugly 3-year-old. So, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking, and I present the Delta Root Town, the Eternal City, Mackinac. enter the central district with the guild shops. In a boat, I'd actually be able to follow the canals all the way over to, actually back to the central district almost, and if I were to go further, I'd actually be able to make it to the harbor district, or even all the way over to the mercenary in the aforementioned shop. So, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sitting through this incredibly long video, as well as my incredibly long monologues. And thank you for supporting my channel. It's been a pleasure, and as always, until next time.